Go right there. Go to copy. Reference. And there. Now, see, you put it in as a reference and it goes. I don't know what's going on. It has been a crazy 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. Welcome to the Bottom of Glass Nation. I'm assuming you guys can hear me. The lights are moving sideways. See, down on the pod track, the lights are going up and down. And on Streamlabs, lights are going side to side. But as long as the lights are moving, everything should be okay. Yeah, that's when I tell you the light is green, the trap is clean. Turn your cell phones off. What are you doing? Well, not the ones you're watching, but the other ones. Welcome to the Bottom of the Glass Nation show. It's a little bit after 6 o'clock p.m. Los Angeles time. We are the Bottom of the Glass Nation. We are a bunch of extras. We are Generation X. That's where we come up with the Legion of X. And we're extras, as you know. And this is the Bottom of the Glass Nation. I haven't seen Tomash in a while. Anybody seen Tomash? Tomash is our number one guy over there in Israel. We had some questions for him, some things going on over there today. More on the World Show tomorrow morning. Yes, we will talk about that. Maybe a few assholes in the world lobbing some rockets they shouldn't be lobbing. I think we should go turn there. I think our policy should be, if you're a dick, we will turn your capital city into a parking lot. Now, we flood it with notes and saying, everybody leave the city, pick up your dogs, get your stuff, get your Clampett mobile, your 1921 Oldsmobile, your Jed Clampett mobile, and get out of town. Because we did that with Japan. We told them, said, you got to leave. We're going to blow up the city. And if you don't leave, it's your own damn fault. I tell you, we're going to blow up. We're going to parking lot. Just glass the whole thing. I think after we do that 2 or 3 times, they'd get the message. I believe so. I believe there's some strength in that. And Teddy Roosevelt said, speak softly, but carry a big stick. Bugs Bunny said he carried a bigger stick and he knew how to use it too. Remember that? I think we should all be like Bugs Bunny, which is why no one has elected me to be president. My foreign policy would be titled the Bugs Bunny. I think you all know where I'm going with that. All right. So... okay, so you get the idea. I don't know. I just remember the things pop into my head. I'm sorry about that. It's a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. Pinning PayPal. Boom, 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 boom. Can't find PayPal to pin PayPal. Going to pin PayPal. Trippy Pineapple has put up PayPal, and Trippy Pineapple's PayPal has been pinned on YouTube. I don't know how you guys are doing over there on Facebook and Rumble. And if Josh is on his way home, if at 9 o'clock... It's like 10 minutes ago, the show is starting. If Josh says, I'll take care of that thing on Rumble when I get home. Well, then who's over there on Rumble? Who's moderating Rumble if Josh is out twirling around in his electric bike, which is, he does. He has an electric motorcycle. Now, for those of you who have ridden any sort of motorcycle at all, how fun can that be? All right? How fun can that be when you can't hear yourself riding down the road? Like you crack the throttle and all you feel is the wind going faster in your face. That's it. No noise, no rumble, no sense of power in your delivery. No, it's kind of like, I picture kind of like, what was that girl in Sound of Music who went across the Alps? What was her name? She was out there and she led the Von Trapp children across the Alps and she had the...
Well, it was Julie Andrews, but she was...
Yeah, I can't remember her name, whatever.
Sister.
I pictured Julie Andrews on a Singer sewing machine going across the Alps when I pictured Josh riding his electric motorcycle. I'm sure he's out having a grand old time when he should be working right now.
Josh Maddox is in Rumble.
Oh, he is in Rumble.
Yes, he is.
See, he's, yeah, because he stopped. He plugged his phone into his electric bike, and he's got a signal because he's on the top of the Alps. He's there with Julie Andrews having a picnic basket evening snack, and that's why he's just Singer sewing machine. His Josh Maddox motorcycles brought to you by Singer. All right, so let's continue on. We haven't even started yet. Welcome to the Bottom Glass Nation show. Welcome to Gen X Talks from KGXT Studios, broadcasting 200 feet below occupied California. Now, why did I give you guys the podcast intro? Because there was no podcast. No. We did not simulcast it today, and I'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
Loud One gave $5. All right, you lot comms tits. We had fuel pump issue is what he says.
It's always something with that guy.
Phil's Garage, $2. General, any more chat with Jerry today?
No. No more chats. No more fuel pumps for Loud One. No more. It was bad. Let me get you caught up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Jonathan Robert King on Facebook. Jed Clampett's ride was an actual REO Speedwagon, no?
I don't know if it was the fire truck version. See, the Ransom E Oldsmobile Speedwagon was the fire truck version of the Oldsmobile truck, and it was a 21 Oldsmobile, and it had a name. I can't remember what the name of it was. I don't know if that was the same. I'm sure it was the same frame and the same engine, but I don't know if it was the same model. But he's close. He's real. In fact, it's impressive that you even knew that, because when I say REO Speedwagon, what does the REO stand for? You know how many people know? 0. You know how many people should know? 2, my wife and myself. Do you know how come she doesn't know? Because she doesn't listen to a damn thing I say ever, even the important stuff like that. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
John Morgan, $5. Put cards in the spokes to make an electric motorcycle sound like a real motorcycle.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's what we've been training for our whole lives as Generation X. That's it. Everybody should send Josh Maddox a deck of cards and some clothespins, because he's young. He doesn't know what a clothespin's for, or a clothesline. He gets his clothes that air fresh from a bottle. Yeah, they put bottles in the washers and dryers, and then you get that spring fresh. We had to hang them outside, let the actual air blow through them. Yeah. Then we should send Josh some clothespins and some decks of cards, encourage him to put them on his front and back wheels, and go, man, go. In fact, if he's got a dirt bike, he could put them on his knobby tires, right on the forks, and just let the knobby tires run through them. I think that'd be a good way too. He would be the belle of the ball if he had 52 cards on his front spokes. I think that would be great. All right, where are we? Yes, there is a new $2 horror. Go figure it out and leave me alone. If Sweets is here, let's just let Sweets answer. We can all get on with our day. All right. There was stuff. There were strange things afoot at the Circle K. So I'll tell you what happened. And this is, we're two decrepit old people here. Yeah. Or we feel like it. So we drive 6 hours. We left late up to Reno. We got a late start because I had a terrible day Saturday. So I tried to make up all my Gen X Talks work on Sunday. In half a day, we tried to leave at noon. We're going to leave at 6 in the morning. And anybody who knows about traveling distance when you're driving, it's always way better to leave in the morning. It's more fun. You can pace yourself. It's fun watching the sun come up. And we had to leave. We ended up leaving around 1. Of course, it's the same every time. My wife gets us all packed in the truck, and then she goes to sleep. And I'm going down the road just, twiddling my thumbs, trying to figure out what to do. Thank God my GMC has a patty cake button, so I can drive hands-free. That's always helpful. And we did get to Reno about 7 o'clock, 7:30. Checked in, got squared away, crashed out. Wasn't super comfortable sleeping that night. Neither was she. So then the next day we did our stuff with the property, ended up over at the Sun Valley Fox's house. The next day we did a bunch of stuff in the morning, ended up at the Sun Valley Fox's house. So those 2 nights were good. Those of you that are members, if you're a member of Patreon or on Facebook, if you guys have access to the General's Lunchbox, yeah, it's a page. You guys saw some of the pictures and a quick couple stories of being up there. Mike Perkins was up there on the second day. Dr. McDreamy and MarcyZavala.com. They came by the first night. It was a lot of fun. And both nights had some Pendleton 1910 hooch. I'm telling you, that whiskey, it's way too smooth. It should be illegal how smooth it is, because there's no consequences when you drink it. It's just smooth, and then you get a buzz that follows. Good stuff. So that was a Sun Valley Fox. Cracked open a bottle of that. So we did some stuff up there. So I'd let you guys in on some pictures and what we were filming and why. And then we had our live stream from there. Everything was working great until that grumpy old man got his leaf blower out. And you guys remember Tuesday's live stream. Got the leaf blower out and shooed us away. True story. So there was some stuff. There were some things I wanted to bring up. I'll see if I can get to that. How about now?
Are we good?
We're good now. They didn't hear me yell at you.
Are we good?
Yeah, talk about sweets, because you kept yelling sweets. They didn't hear the whole sweets thing.
Sweets guest, Laura K.
Laura K is the $2 whore. Yeah. the $2 Hoa. And it's only because Sweets knows all the names now. And Sweets got all the pictures memorized. This Saturday, I'm changing everything. And Trip, what happened is with OBS messing everything up today, going back to Streamlabs at the last minute, in this particular scene, I have no source for the mic. Yeah, it wouldn't even come up when I wanted it to. So we'll talk about the boxing thing, in case you guys didn't hear, and some of you did. I'll get my own little take on this. Boxing champion angered over Olympic gender controversy, definitely dropped the ball. And I don't remember the boxing champion chick's name who's in the center there. But the Olympics, you guys saw that? The guy dressed up as a woman went to fight in women's boxing, and he fought a real woman. And she didn't last, 43 seconds? Wasn't that it? 23 or 43 seconds, and she quit because she was getting the shit kicked out of her. She came out of the ring and said, I've never been hit that hard in my life. And the guy dressed as a woman is now walking around that he's the champion. That he thinks she's the champion. And I'm telling you, it is going to... Why is it so hard to figure out? Everybody wants to cultivate. Everybody wants to get along. Everybody wants to have it to where, well, we all get along. Let's put up with the transgendered people and their agenda. And I'm going to say it again. We didn't care when the LGBTQ movement wanted to be recognized. We don't care. We want to be treated equally. We don't care. Go ahead. We want to be treated the same as everybody. We don't care. We want to not hide in the dark anymore. We want to live our life out in the open. Go right ahead. Where everybody minds it is when you push yourself to the front of the line. When you start changing the rules of everything that's been going on because you're now here. You know, the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts are now just the They Scouts. And as you see, they're tanking. Their membership has dropped. Their funding has gone. It's over. Why? Why couldn't you just let girls be girls, let boys be boys? Well, there's a couple of us that we're not sure what we're doing yet. So could you guys change everything about what you're doing just in case we want to switch teams? And now we're doing it in women's sports. We're ruining everything, as you guys already know. I'm preaching to the choir. However, in the Olympics, now it's sending shockwaves. She quit. Other athletes are quitting. They're not getting in the ring. They're not competing. They're not going to do it. Like, you're full of shit. This is wrong. That's a dude. His Adam's apple is bigger than mine, and I'm just a dumb mechanic watching. He's a guy. No, he thinks he's a woman. Yeah, I don't give a shit. We don't have a special place for those that are confused about what gender they are or deciding it's male, it's female, and you shouldn't be in the ring and everybody knows it. So that kind of shit bothers me, and it doesn't bother me that they see. That's the thing, isn't it? Isn't that the crux of the whole thing? Oh, it bothers you that they're transgendered. You're a phobic person. See, it bothers you. Yeah, you're goddamn right. It bothers me. Not that they're trans. I don't care. It bothers me what they're doing. Trans men becoming women are kicking the shit out of women. That's the part that bothers me. Doesn't bother me what you are. It bothers me that you're doing this to another person, another human being. That part bothers me. Well, we need to have a special day. Why? I don't have a special day. Do I have a big fat white guy dumb mechanic special day? Can I have a special day? I have needs. I have feelings. I'm a person. I want a special day also. In fact, everybody should get a special day. No, just us. LBGTU gets a whole month, and we're going to have a certain week in that month where the trans people get. Why? I thought you guys just wanted to be treated like everybody else. Everybody else doesn't have a special day. Just you. Everybody else doesn't have a special month. Just you. Well, they have Black History Month, but I think that's kind of dumb too. There are so many black people that go, this is the dumbest thing ever. Because you don't have a White History Month. You don't even have a History Month. Your history just keeps going. But the thing is, when you ask to be put to the front of the line, it's one thing to say, we would like to be acknowledged and recognized. Totally with you. Everybody's with you on that. But then you went a little too far. You started asking for things, and now there's a dude kicking the shit out of a woman in the Olympics. You see what you've done? You did this. We didn't invent this mess. You did. You brought this up, and now everyone's going to get mad, and then you're going to walk around, oh, no one likes us. No one likes who we are. No one likes what you're doing. Quit asking for special treatment. If you want to be treated average, you're going to be treated like everybody else. Normal, average, mediocre. That's the way all of us are treated. That's what you should be striving for. Yeah, instead we're in one of those messes. So welcome to it. Thanks. Glad. Oh, the good thing right there. All right, we'll move on from that. Just it pissed me off again. Not that there's reason to do that. There is. I'm not saying that this picture reminded me of my parenting style. No, not at all. In the drag and drop section of the program, let me get this over here for you. But this guy did a good job. I got to hand to this dad. So if you notice, he blocked off the fireplace, okay? He blocked off the stairs. He blocked off the things that were important. And then he took those little baby doors and he put it around himself. I have no idea why I didn't think of that. What an easy way. You just get the TV on, you got your chair, you got your beers right in front of you, you're drinking soup out of the pot, just like your wife would get. You know she's going to get mad at that when she sees this picture. So the children are safe. The babies are safe. Are they not? Yeah. But when daddy wants a little alone time, those kids can just wear themselves out trying to get to him. They can walk around that thing climbing and pushing and prodding for hours, and he can just keep watching football or whatever it is he's watching. You could probably watch all 4 of the John Wick series before those babies would get tired too. Put them down for a nap and everything's good. This is one of those men you want to salute. He's doing it right. In my opinion. Oh, what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert, like I have mentioned before. All right, so you guys got me in trouble, or I got me in trouble. So we did a couple podcasts ago. We did the podcast where we let Grant edit it, and he edited thumbnails, and he had 2 different thumbnails, and he says, you got to use this thumbnail. You got to use this thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail that I put up the morning that we did the podcast, that we put it out there for everybody. This is the thumbnail that we used. I think a lot of you saw this. It's not a big surprise. And it says, break sex isn't cheating. Now, Gen X Mom, do you remember what part of the conversation, what part of the podcast we did where we talked about this?
Yeah, it wasn't us.
Well, we did talk about it.
We did,
Was
but
us.
it wasn't about us. We didn't take a break.
No.
Okay.
We were discussing we were discussing when we raised our 8 children.
Right.
As a group of them were going through high school, we learned couples take breaks.
That's right.
And we didn't understand what that was.
No, we had no idea.
What is that exactly? Like, what are the rules when we're on a break? Well, are you together or not together?
According to them, according to our kids,
Yeah.
you're not together.
Okay, so, yeah, but I've also heard our daughters, when arguments came through our house, going, can you believe so-and-so had sex with so-and-so? And then one of my sons would go, well, weren't they on a break? Well, they're not on that much of a break.
Yeah,
You don't do that.
It's so bizarre. We couldn't keep up with them. The girls said one thing, the boys said the other.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, but you and I talked about it in the third person during the podcast for maybe a minute,
Right.
maybe 2 minutes.
Right.
But see, Grant thought that would be that'd be a hot title. I put that up there as the thumbnail, as the cover picture for the podcast everywhere. It was on Facebook. It was on YouTube. It was on Patreon. It was up on the website. You guys started complaining within 10 minutes. You guys were writing comments like, which one of you cheated?
Yes.
Which one of you thought you were on a break? Which one of you broke your marriage vows? I was like, well, nobody. Did you go listen to the podcast? You just run your fucking mouth because you saw a picture. You guys were very judgmental, very quick. And I kind of understand it. But still, you didn't listen to the podcast. But I had to go change it. I had to go get rid of this. I had to go find the other one that he sent us. And I had to go find it and put it. So that one was break sex isn't cheating. I had to go get this one. I had to go bring this one in for you guys because you guys were throwing literally in the first 20 minutes. I can't tell you the number of emails that I got, the number of comments in the thread where this thing was posted. You guys had a shit fit, so I changed it to this bone to pick. Luckily, he sent 2 up on Discord, but everywhere else I had to pull it because of the title. My God, you guys were just sure that something terrible was going on. So just
I look like I'm possessed.
Yeah, you don't look good in
picture.
that picture.
That looks like I'm possessed with something.
It doesn't look good. It doesn't look like you much at all. I mean, I can tell it's you, but it's the app that they use to make that highlights your features all wrong.
It does.
It exemplifies just it makes you look worse, than any picture I've ever seen. It just doesn't look right.
It's weird.
So yeah, it's not a good picture, but I had to use something, so I used that one. Anyway, just so you guys know, we were attentive to your needs, even though you jumped the gun a little bit. All of you that wrote, well, which one of you cheated? Guess what? None. Neither. Yeah, go listen to the fucking podcast, you Jimmy's. All right. There. All right, what was the other one here?
Can I say a couple things on sheets?
Well, go with the sheets, yes.
Loud one, $5. Update on Shush. She is doing better today. She is out of ICU and now working on her recovery after transplant surgery on Saturday. Thank you to everyone, Loud one says.
Good news there for Shush.
Noel, $2. If it weren't for whores, I'd never get any.
Yeah. That's our lot in life. There's just some of us that we have to pay for it. It's horrible, but it's true.
Sean MacArthur on PayPal, $30. This is for the alcohol fund, General. Drink and be merry, my friend.
Now, there's my man. He's stepped up. Sean's been here every show. He always drops in a buck or two. And tonight, he was drinking first, and his credit card got away. It's like, don't drink. Don't drink when you're watching the shopping network. No. And he did. And here's $30 for the job. I get enough money. I'm going to get some of that Pendleton. You guys want me to get some Pendleton? You keep that, because that was some good stuff that we got from the Sun Valley Fox's private reserve. Yeah, good stuff up there.
And Kevin Grimes, member for 2 years. I heard they ruled against trans cross competition. So why is this happening?
Well, there's... I don't think the Olympic Committee ruled against it broadly. I think it was event by event, and you think they would have started with boxing, but we'll see. But this is showing the problem. The only people that don't think this is a problem is the trans community, because they're going to get a trophy. They're going to look what we did. What'd you do? You dressed up as a chick and you kicked the shit out of another chick. Wow! Congratulations. I like the memes that floated around that said Mike Tyson said he would dress up as a woman and fight her and all the money can go to charity. So that'd be just two women having a good time out there. Let's see how you like that. Oh, that's not funny. Oh, it's not funny when a big, strong guy dresses up as a woman and kicks the shit out of your guy dressed up as a woman. That's not okay, but it's okay what you did. Okay, he's at least being upfront about it. You're being very underhanded and you're lying and being deceitful. That's the difference. Not in how you live, but the things you're doing with the Olympics. You see what I'm saying? Not you. No. Not you. You fine here. No. Yeah, good. Thumbs up. Do your job. Over here, being deceitful actions. What you're doing over there is disingenuous. All right, moving along. There was things I had to say. So... I don't know if this is a real thing or not. I got to ask. This was brought to my attention in a meme. And I'm not trying to pick on Florida. Okay? I mean, you guys just seem to keep up at the top of the list more than anybody. I'm not trying to pick on Florida. But I this got brought up to me in a meme in social distancing. Follow me on this. But then I did some inquiring. I asked some people that live down there. I said, hey, you guys just fucking around about social distancing back when there was social distancing, when COVID and all that. And like, oh, it didn't really come about social distancing. We did this shit all the time. And I go, this cannot be a unit of measurement in Florida. And I heard repeatedly that it is. So I'm going to show it to you and you guys tell me what you think. You think that's right? You think this is an accurate depiction of a measurement in Florida? Florida social distancing rules: stay at least a gator away. And what they told me when I asked about this, they said, well, they would say things in Florida like, that's a gator's length. Yeah, it's about a gator length away from you. That's about as gator's length away. Boy, how close was that car to hit you? It got me damn close, about a gator's length away. About damn car ran me over. That was true. I talked to 2 or 3 people that says, yeah, it's common. You say a gator's length. But aren't alligators all different lengths? I mean, I've seen little alligators. I've seen gigantic alligators. What's a gator length? But apparently down in Florida, if someone mentions to you, well, he's about a gator's length away, you guys seem to know what that means. Now, I thought this was funny. Stay at least a gator away. But apparently that's common terminology in some of the bayous down there in Florida. Some of the swamp land is like, oh, you guys use that. Hey, he's about a gator's length away from over there. I got the yard built. I planted my tree about a gator's length away from the fence. It'll grow just nice. All right, look, man, I'm not trying to pick on you guys. What the fuck, Chuck? Where do you guys come up with a gator's length away? I mean, I guess in LA there's dogs that chase parked cars and we get made fun of that, but this is weird. I'm just letting you know. Oh, the things you guys come up with, I can't understand. They should make a song about that. Well, maybe they did. I talk about that. And there's something in here. I was going to tell you now I'm going to talk about that. And I can't have my stuff because I didn't put the drag and drop in ahead of time. Yeah, this was kind of a little bit of bullshit. So you guys remember, if you do remember, that Trump, a lot of his cases that were filed against him, a lot of his, especially the one in Florida about presidential immunity. What can you do as a president? What can you get away with as a president? What falls under your executive branch purview that you're allowed to do and not allowed to do? And the Supreme Court ruled quite a bit in his favor. You remember the ruling said you got to go back and label these things individually. You can't just gang up on Trump and go, everything he did was criminal. None of it is protected with presidential immunity. The Supreme Court said you can't just say that about everything. You're going to have to go through these one at a time. And if you don't get them right, we're going to revisit it for you. So get it right. Well, with that being up in the air, open into interpretation, now the courts everywhere have to go back through everything they're accusing Trump of, go through each one, decide which ones they're really going to push and which ones they're going to let go. A lot of them just said, fuck it, we're not going down that road, because the ones that they try to make stick, they're going to end up back at the Supreme Court anyway. It's going to get appealed, and the Supreme Court's going to look at it real close. And if they don't have a clear violation, the Supreme Court is going to go, no, this is under presidential immunity. You're right. He's wrong. So a lot of them just dropped it. A lot of them said, fuck it. We're not going down this road, because they really didn't have anything. They tried to put so many things together. You with me? You try to put so many things together that you want to present the whole package as a crime. It's like, well, there's 75 things there. They're not quite right, but 75. Got to be something. Yeah, you're guilty. I don't even know what it is, but it's 75. You got to be something. Guilty. Oh, 6 different states are getting him for the same. Oh, it's got to be true. It's guilty, until the Supreme Court said, nah, you're going to have to define each one of these. If you don't want to take the time to do it and have us review what you say you're still prosecuting him on, fuck it. So most of them just dropped the cases and said, we're not doing this. And most of them were wrong. And we all knew that. All right. So let's go back to what Chuck Schumer's doing. Gotta love Chuck. Gotta love Chuck Schumer. He's the man. Let's see, it's not that one. Chuck Schumer does not work at McDonald's. Kind of wish he did, but he doesn't. Let me grab this one here. There it is right there. So what does Chuck Schumer do? What's our boy doing over there in the Senate? Yeah, Chuck's doing something pretty shady, that miserable fuck. Chuck Schumer rolls out the No Kings Act to eliminate presidential immunity. Now, I don't know what good this is going to do. And here's why. And basically, it's what it says, No Kings Act. He wants to make presidential immunity decided by Congress. Congress will decide what the president has. And it's fair. You can't have a king who decides. We shall decide what you can and can't get away with. We will determine. This rule basically says you're not in charge of any of these decisions on what you're allowed to do and what we're not allowed to do as a president. You're not immune to anything unless we grant it so. All right, let's think about that for a second. This isn't rocket science. Let's think about that. One, that doesn't affect any of the things that Trump's already done. Okay? He's already done those things. He can't be held to, they can't make that thing retroactive, although they'd love to try. They cannot make it retroactive. They can pass it, and then in the future, this is where it gets fun. In the future, Trump can do A, B, and C, and they can go, well, that looks like treason. You're out. The next Democrat president can do the exact same A, B, and C, and they could go, well, that looks okay to us. I think you were being very presidential there. You're giving the power to the wrong people. You're giving the power to the people that decide that completely are biased one way or the other. You should never do that. And everyone's telling them you should not do this. This is a bad move. It's a bad look. Don't do it. Now, there's 2 things that come to mind. One is, how easy is it going to be for a president to do their job, which is hard enough as it is. When they have to be thinking, okay, I got to think about what's good for the country, what's good for the nation. We got some people attacking, we got the border, we got criminals. And he also has to think, am I going to get in trouble for this? Even if I weigh my decisions very carefully, am I going to jail for this? Now, as a liberal would say, well, this will keep you checks and balances. This keeps you honest and keeps you in line. It's just like what they've done to the police forces all over the country. There are cops that are so nervous about doing their job. Well, that's good. They're not going to shoot minorities. They're not going to misbehave. There's always going to be criminal cops that are assholes. So just get over that. 1%, half of 1% maybe. But you've just taken the 99 or 98% of the good cops and you scared the shit out of them. They're not doing their jobs as effectively anymore. They can't. They're scared about losing their livelihood. Their family has to eat. And you fucked that all up. You guys on the left, you fucked that entire thing up. Defund the police, reorganize the police, down with the police. And you always show examples of like George Floyd. You show an example, you pull up one thing. I can show you 300 of black people shooting black people, and you bring up the one example of the white guy that shot the black guy. Wow. How clever are you? But that's what you guys do. And you've scared good cops from doing a good job. They let people go all the time. They don't cross the line because they're scared to get next to it. They're scared to do their jobs. And you guys have done that to them. I'm with Trump. I would make some sort of immunity to some degree that cops can't be prosecuted while they're doing their job. Oh no, now you're going to have cops running amok. You're going to have cops it's going to get worse. Yeah, it's your opinion. You don't know that. You have no idea. You're guessing. You're absolutely guessing. All right. So here's the other part of that. That I'm just going to tagline this for you. And they say, well, President Trump is going to be president. Yes, but he's convicted of felonies. You can't forget the felonies. Well, I'd like to forget the felonies and set the felonies aside while we're thinking about Trump and just look at the man. No. You can't just set the felonies aside and look at the man. No, you got to look at the felonies. The felonies are the character of the man. They show what his mind is like day in and day out. How we should be dealing with the man is based on his felony record. And then we can proceed after that. That's the way we should do it. And I said, oh, yeah, I felt the same way about George Floyd. He was a convicted felon. He had all sorts of things with abuse and drugs. And I thought perhaps we should look at his past record, his convictions, his jail time, his arrest, his felonies. And you know what you guys said? That doesn't make the man. That doesn't count. How dare you look at his arrest record? He's a different man. You can't look at the man by his police. He's a human being. And we should all look at George Floyd for the man he is. How dare you bring up his felonies? I said, well, you brought up Trump's felonies. Well, Trump's a bad person with felonies, and we really should look at those felonies. Oh, I'm sorry. Is the liberal hypocrisy being exposed a little bit too cleanly at this point? Yeah, that's what I thought. You can shut the fuck up now, every single one of you. All right, is there anything between the sheets, dear?
Yes. Nightbot, $5. Personally, I think trans people should be in the Paralympics.
In the Paralympics? They're not disabled. They can still function. They can throw a football like a mad dog.
PayPal again, Sean MacArthur, $30. Gen X Mom, here's a little something for you.
Oh, I was doing this. I should have been doing. Go ahead, say it again. I got the right one out.
Gen X Mom, here's a little something for you. Life Fund, spend it on whatever you need. My gift to you. Thank you, Sean MacArthur. He thought of me.
That is not right at all.
Thank you, Sean.
This is not
nice.
An okay thing to be doing here. I swear to Christ
Florida
Almighty.
Man, a.k.a.
Scott Ahern's.
There you go.
Yeah.
General, had you heard about the listeria outbreak from Publix, and Boar's Head deli meats?
Yeah,
well,
they were pulling them all off the shelf.
Publix.
We haven't bought Boar's Head in 7 or 8, 9 years now, but we did. We used to.
Well, it looks like that's me.
Whoa.
That's why he's in the hospital.
Well, who told you to have deli meat, man? You should have just had like Oscar Mayer hot dogs like the rest. If you can afford deli meat, maybe this time in the hospital, you should be rethinking things, Florida man. In fact, here's some advice for you, Florida man. Next time you're in the deli and you see some of that boarhead's meat, I need you to stay a gator's length away from it. I need you to stay a gator's length away from the deli counter, my man. Now, see, does that make sense? Does that resonate with you? Do you comprehend the social distancing?
Okay.
Oh, it just came up. They just see how all the pieces of the show fall together. Florida man, you need to stay a gator's length away and we'll all be okay. I've now spoken in terminology he understands. What else you got?
Nightbot gifted 5 memberships tonight to John, Amanda, Rod, Michael, and Karen. They all got memberships tonight.
Everybody who got a membership on YouTube, please, after the show, go to the YouTube page for Gen X Talks, to the community section. There's a ton of stuff in there, but now that you are members, there's a plethora of behind the scenes stuff that members only get to see. You got to scroll back through it. There's a lot there. 3.5 years, coming up on 4 years of that stuff, but there's a lot. And same with the General's Lunchbox on Facebook. If you guys can get to the General's Lunchbox page, scroll back. There's tons of stuff in there that goes by members only. Same on Patreon too. The only difference on Patreon is if you're a member of Patreon, you also get an email before we go live on the radio, before we go live on a live stream, before we do something for you guys. We just shoot you an email and say, hey, we're doing this. That way you can come see it if you want to, because the platforms are going to start pulling our content. Just like today's show, I didn't even start the show. And it said we're demonetized. Now we only get $13 or $15 for advertisements on these shows anyway. We don't make anything on what you guys have to watch for commercials. It's nothing, but it's $13 or $15, so we get it. But I hadn't even said a word. Hadn't said one word. Clicked through the stuff, turned it on, and it says you're demonetized. You're under review. I don't know why. Don't even know. But see, that's what happens when you get closer to the truth. When we get closer to payday, we get closer to the elections, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So Patreon allows us to check with you guys and say, hey, we're doing this, because they're not going to notify. You can do the bell and subscribe and the like and all the stuff. They're still not going to tell you. I can't tell you how many emails and things we get afterwards going, I missed the show. I didn't know. I wasn't notified. Nobody told me. Yeah, well, there you go.
Florida man is laughing. You made his night tonight with your comment. Joey Uquerde.
Good brother Joey.
He re-upped his membership. He is now upgraded to a membership to the KGXT Studios.
Hey.
I think he fell off the bus for a little while, so he's back on. Yeah.
Well, KGXT Studios members can go on a Discord and watch a live studio cam, which will be on all day tomorrow. Yeah, my wife will be serving me breakfast, lunch, and dinner topless at certain parts of the day. You're going to have to be on camera to watch and see that. Plus, I change outfits 5 or 6 times a day. There's nothing more appealing than a big, fat, 400-pound white guy on your camera, totally nude. You can't see much. I'm a big fat guy. Remember how that works.
TDP says for you to hydrate.
TDP says hydrate. Trippy Dippy Pineapple, executive member of our staff.
Yes. And Randy Smith, new member. General, how much property did you buy in Nevada?
Buying. Haven't purchased it yet. Trying to in escrow. 2.5 acres in Dayton. We're shooting for Dayton, Ohio, 2.5 acres, which is...
Dayton, Ohio. I'm not going to Ohio.
Sorry, Dayton, Nevada.
I don't know where you're going.
I had a brain bubble for a minute. Hey, fuck it. If Biden can get away with it and everybody loves him, I can fuck it up. I wasn't even using a teleprompter either. Dayton, Nevada, 2.5 acres.
Whew, you were going to Ohio without me, man.
And you were going to Nevada. We were going to have a long-distance relationship. Can you do the sheets from Ohio, or from Nevada to Ohio, honey?
I guess.
Anything else between the sheets you want to say?
Graham Gordon is a member for 15 months today.
Thank you, Graham. Now, you guys, when you're on YouTube and you see the names going by, the names that are in green are members. That if they have a big red 1, they've been a member for 1 year. The blue 2, they've been a full member for 2 years. We're closing in. There's going to be some people that get their green 3. That's 3 years of being a membership, paid membership for Gen X Talk, supporting the program. Anywhere from $1 on up, so don't think it's crazy. Not like $100. No. $1 gets you in. Anybody who does higher than that, there's rewards as you go, but thank you for even thinking about us, because that's your money, not ours, and we do appreciate it. All right, where are you at?
I'm all good.
You're just pointing at me. You're just like, go. You point and say, it's all you, baby. All right, I don't think I had. Did I have one more thing? I think I did. Let me look. I could show you one behind the scenes thing. Hold on real quick. Let me show you this. Chuck, get the fuck off my screen. There you go. So I will give you guys a little bit of a taste of the behind the scenes stuff. One picture here. That's all you're going to get. That is the Sun Valley Fox and Mike Perkins. That's his garage. If you look out that garage door, you can see the beautiful scenery of the backyard and Lake Tahoe up there in the background here from where he lives. We always enjoy sitting outside on his deck and having some of his ribs or the chicken or delightful conversation with him and his wife, St. Donna. Mike Perkins stopped by. You can see on the workbench over there, right here. We had some tools out. We're not getting paid from Bad Dog Tools right now to do any more experiments and stuff, but there's some talks that they'd like us to do some more things live and some more stuff. So the Sun Valley Fox, who's a master machinist by trade, he has some gear and equipment. We did film a bunch of stuff in there, and we'll see if some of it can be used. And if not, we'll just put it up for you members to see, just because it was a lot of fun doing it, and we were joking and kicking around the whole time. But if it does turn into something with Bad Dog Tools, we'd like to be able to show them that we were using their tools and equipment. We were giving it a run for their money. We were testing it fairly with other brands. And so we did some of that. That was on Tuesday, wasn't it? Tuesday was the time Mike Perkins came over. Before that, it was Dr. McDreamy and MarcyZavala.com. We all had 2 days in a row. The afternoons, evening were spent at the Sun Valley Fox's house, and was a lot of fun, good time there. So, letting you guys know that was where the story was going. Just so you guys know, in the very beginning, and I paused myself, so now I got to get back to it. So we drive 7 hours up there. We do the 2 days of running around, 2 evenings over at the Sun Valley Fox's house. Next morning's Wednesday. We get up to come home. We're leaving early like we're supposed to, 6 hours. Only how many of you have come over I-80, over Truckee? One accident? One bit of serious road construction? There's nowhere to go. You're stuck. We went through 4, and they were scheduled, 4 construction zones down to 6 miles an hour. Yeah. It was bad. It took so long getting over the pass to get back down to the 5 and head home that by the time we got here, the last 2 hours, your queen was suffering greatly. I was hurting. My knees were killing me, but she was in far worse pain than me. And I gave her a bottle of whiskey. I was pouring pills down her throat. Nothing was helping. By the time she got home, she was a wreck. She didn't sleep good. She had 4 hours of motionless sleep right when we got home. And then she was up and down all night long, slept off and on all day today. She's still not in good shape. She couldn't go get her appointments done. I couldn't get mine done. I couldn't walk today. I was in the studio trying to figure stuff out. It was a bad day for both of us. There's no way we could have recorded the podcast. Now, she wants to record the podcast tomorrow after the World Show. Well, there's a lot of you that like to listen to that podcast on the way to work, and I do apologize. And we have really fucked up the podcast stuff in the last 6 weeks. We probably got 3 of them on time, and 3 of them were late, but we always did them. We got a real banger coming on this one. There's a lot of good stuff that's happened over this past week, but unless I can get her big, fat, natural, beautiful, luscious, white ass out here at 7 in the morning, which I highly doubt, it's going to have to be, we're going to have to do it like at 11:30. We'll be done by 12:30 or 1. By 1 o'clock or 1:30, I'll post the audio for you guys. So it's going to be about 12 hours late, but it will be there. But if you're on Patreon, you'll get an email. If you're on Patreon, we'll send out the email letting you guys know. So I think that'll be fun to do. We'll try to do another simulcast tomorrow if we can. We'll see how that goes. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But there won't be any intro because the KGXT radio intro goes on at 10 o'clock on Thursday. All right. I think that's about it. The lights are green. The traps are clean. I'm coming up on my hour. I'm kind of running out of breath just because I've been exhausted all day today. Is there anything else between the sheets you got to say?
Let me see.
Check real quick.
Christopher Sevick wants to know football pool this year, General.
Yeah, the football pool. What do you call that again? Pigskin Pick'em.
Yes. It's
free to play. Now we're going to do something a little different this year. If you guys have the link, put up the link everywhere. It's free to join.
I don't have the link yet.
Well, how are people joining?
Well, I'm going to give it to you so you can post it on the website. If they want
You don't have one to give me.
I sent it to you earlier on Telegram.
So you do have one. Now the truth's coming out.
But I don't have it up on the
Not prepared.
Yet.
Oh, because she doesn't like you guys. She doesn't think much of you guys.
If anybody wants it tonight, I will send it to them if they email me, genxmom@genxtalks.com.
Anyway, I'll pretend. Let's just pretend that she does like you guys. Let's pretend that there is no link. Wouldn't that make you guys feel better? There is no link, so it's not you guys. She didn't get lazy. She didn't forget. It's not available because there isn't one. Now, that makes everybody look good. So when this mysterious link does appear, and some of you have already joined with this mysterious link that doesn't exist, what we're doing differently this year, yes, there's always been a prize at the end for you. Let me explain Pigskin Pick'em. You just pick who's going to win. There's no points. There's no teams. You don't pick players. It's not a fantasy draft. All you do is look at your screen and pick this team or that team. You just put a check mark. I don't care if you pick by the color of their uniforms. Ooh, they look nice in blue. I'm picking them. Fine, pick the blue team. That's all you do is pick. There's no betting. At the end, we will see who wins. Now, Gen X Mom last year, she tanked. Usually, she's strong.
Whoa.
You finished like 9th or something.
Okay,
but all the other years, you were always in the top 3.
Christopher says, didn't mean to start a fight with you two.
Yeah, well, you did. But she's usually in the top 3. That's right. My chick is usually beating everybody in the top 3. Dr. McDreamy plays this pretty serious too.
Yeah, he's really good at it.
He's really good at this. So anyway, and I'm going to pay some attention this year. I usually forget to.
Sun Valley Fox has already joined.
Sun Valley Fox is playing this year. So it's free to join. It's a lot of fun. There's stats. We put up stats every week on the website, but we're doing one thing different. Yes, at the end of the year, we give little prizes out for first, second, and third.
Can I tell him?
Even though it was my idea, sure, you go right ahead.
Yeah, but have you spoken to Jacob yet? I have.
You what?
I spoke to Jacob. Yes, I did. I contacted him today. We are going to be checking with sponsors about sponsoring our Pigskin Pick'em to give us prizes throughout the week. So we haven't decided. Depends on how much we get, but there'll be prizes for who's at number 1 at week 5, for example, or week 10.
Every week, yeah. We're trying to do something where we're trying to do it every week. Whoever's atop the leaderboard gets a little something, something. Little something, something for being on top. And then at the end, of course, there's a big prize for first, second, and third. But every year it grows a little bit. We don't get thousands playing, but we'd like to have a 100 or 200 play. All you have to do is just sign up. It's free. And every week before the game, you just set a timer on your phone. Just click the button. Click, 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 click. Send. That's it. You don't have to know anything about sports. You know, there was a couple people that I know have no fucking clue about football, and they were just guessing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, like those tests we used to take in school, A, B, A, B, C, A, B, C, C, B, A, C, and they were like in 5th place most of the season. Now, I'm not saying it's better to be lucky than good. No. I'm not saying that. What I am telling you is that you can play it even if you don't know anything about football. It's a lot of fun. Please don't pick a stupid name. I don't want to have to go out here and go, well, in 3rd place is ESPN-7575A13293. Don't use the stupid number they give you at ESPN. This is through ESPN. Just write a name down, especially because we have to know who you are. The other problem is if you don't use a name that we know at the end of the year, some guy named Catfish 007, he won first prize. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. ESPN doesn't tell us your email addresses. We have no idea. You better be telling us who you are or pick a name that we're going to know so when we go through this, we can send you something. Yeah, you never thought of that, did you? You won, but we had no way of sending you anything. We're still holding it. So there you go. All right.
One more thing. If you are out of the country and you do watch American football, this is the NFL, National Football League, you can join. They can join.
As long as they don't win.
Why is that?
Because you have trouble sending stuff out of the country.
I can send stuff out of the country.
Really? So if one guy wins from Taiwan, you're going to send him something?
Absolutely.
All right. You heard it first on kgxtradio.com. No, it's not true.
Don't tell me what I can and cannot do.
Somebody has to. Since your dad passed away, that's kind of my job now.
No, it's kind of not.
It is exactly my job. You have a ring on your finger. I've got paperwork signed by a judge, okay? It's my job to boss you around and tell you what to do.
Wow.
Just like the 50s, get in the kitchen, barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen.
Wow. Tim Mitchell asked if the podcast was going to be live tomorrow. It is not because we have a world show at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time.
So it can't be live when we actually do it?
That's a lot of pressure.
I'm just asking. I'm sure he's going, that's not what I asked. I didn't ask if it was going to happen during the world show. I'm sure Tim's thinking I was asking, is it going to be simulcast whenever you do it? Yeah, this is why I handle shit.
I don't know. We have a certain person in YouTube right now. I'd hate to give this guy any,
What?
Well, there's a person named DM
DM?
In the chat, Bat has been telling people that, are you Gen X people all stuck up? Said he met a Gen Xer and it smells like a G.I. Joe and something like that. He's not being very nice.
What? So he's like, his name's D. Is he in YouTube?
He is in YouTube.
Let me see. I don't see anything in here.
People have been talking to him and telling him.
DM, are you, there it is, DM, are you Gen X people all stuck up? No.
It says Gen X people still get hyped when Michael J. Fox is dancing on the car in Teen Wolf. He's not a very nice person.
Okay, see, that's how I know you're full of shit. None of us liked Michael J. Fox in Teen Wolf. Nobody did. Nobody thought that was a great movie. Nobody liked him. That's how I know you're full of shit. This is a guy, DM is just some guy who read some things on Google or on Reddit about Generation X. He's like, yeah, so you guys think that's Michael J. No, we don't. That's how we know you didn't live it. That's how we know you weren't part of it. Nobody fucking liked Teen Wolf, dumbass. But here's the deal. He says, are all of you Gen Xers just stuck up? No. We all just don't like you. You see? So you can either think that every Gen Xer you meet is a stuck-up piece of shit asshole, which is unlikely. I mean, mathematically, is it really likely that 13 of my generation you run into are all assholes? Or is it more likely that it's you? Now let's just go, Stephen Hawking, let's go back to math. Let's just take the laws of probability. DM, maybe you're just a fucked up dillhole. Maybe it's not the rest of us. I'm sorry if you ran into 13 Gen Xers that spouted off the truth. We're not good with filters. We're not good with holding back. Probably shouldn't have said some of the things we said to you, myself included. But chances are you're the dick. Chances are, DM, you're the problem. I'm just letting you know. Mathematically, it's you. All right. I got to go. Is there anything else? Or are we out of here?
Real quick. Graham Gordon gave $2 at Mama X Goggle Smuggler.
Goggle smuggler.
Yes.
That is an inside joke between the two of you, but yes, she does smuggle things out of the country, and she does get in trouble for it.
Hey, don't say that very loud.
All right, listen, I got to go. I got to get out of here. There's stuff to do. There's lights are still green. The traps are still clean, but not for long. Thank you guys for listening. And if you had an hour of your evening to waste, what better place to waste it than with Gen X Talks? Now, I know we owe $5 to each of you to keep our numbers up, so submit your receipts, your invoices for your time. We'll give you your $5. It's your per diem. It's not per hour. It's per show. It goes a little long, same price. But I got to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in around the planet. Not sure where you are, whether you're listening in AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps somewhere on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things. Number one, wherever you go in life, well, there you are. And two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out.